did not produce many women ward candidates. And it is really an unfortunate truth and a reality that we need to share with our own constituency and with the public. What did emerge was quite a strong skills perspective of people with high skills values, and also quite a number of people who had post-matric qualifications. The people we were looking for through the process that we undertook, which was led by an elections committee, which was chaired by former President Kgalema Motlanthe, and a very
Hi, Comrade Bule. I think we've lost the DSG.
Okay, okay.
People, we must share with you that a number of people have felt disgruntled by the processes, and we will continue with holding dispute meetings throughout this next week, and to look at every dispute that has come to us. Comrade Pule, I'm sorry, but the internet where I am is very unstable, and I think I might have missed quite a bit, quite a bit of what I've said may have been missed, for which I apologize to them most profusely. I can take questions.
Okay, no, thank you very much, DSG. May I now invite members of the media to pose their questions. Members of the media are also welcomed to write their questions on the chat board, which we will read out to the DSG for ease. On participants, I don't see any hand. Members of the media, are there any questions coming from the media on the presentation that the DSG has just made as it relates to the submission of our councillor candidate list? May I now invite questions from members of the media? I see there's a hand from Natasha. Do we have any other hand? While members are still constructing their own questions, may I ask Natasha to go ahead and ask a question? Natasha from the SABC, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mawe. It's Natasha Puri here from SABC News. Ms. Duarte, I just wanted to find out, so has the ANC actually submitted all their names in due time? And furthermore, I'm not so sure if you're aware that some ANC members actually staged a mini picket outside the offices of the IEC late in the afternoon. I was just wondering if you know what their point of contention was. Thank you.
Okay, Lizega, Lizega, can you also come?
Yes, Natasha.
Okay. Yes, DSG, we have another hand from Lizega. And we've got that.
DSG,
we've got and Tando after Lizega.
DSG, maybe I might have missed it, but can you say who your candidates are in terms of the metros? Have you made any decisions on your on candidates in the metros? And also with the disputes, DSG, what exactly, is there any recourse in terms of the disputes that you will investigate in terms of the people who have been selected in those positions of PR and council candidates? Thank you.
Tando.
Name Tando Mayeko from Business Day. What were some of the issues raised by the disgruntled members regarding the selection process of the candidates.
Thank you, and over to you, DSG.
Thank you very much, Pule. So firstly, we have submitted in due time, and due time is at 9 p.m. tonight. So there's still some minutes left of the due.
Can we please allow the DSG to answer? And if we have not been invited on the floor, may we just mute our gadgets? Over to you once more, DSG, and apologies for that. DSG?
My internet is extremely unstable, Pule, so I'm going to have to be very quick. We were aware of the mini picket outside the IEC in Pretoria. It was one branch from Tshwane. The issue was that they felt that some of the members of the branch had not been given the opportunity to participate in the selection of candidates at the level of the community. The community had selected somebody that the branch was not entirely happy with. We insisting that it is the choice of Zeka. We will not be able to give you the metros right now. We've put the names in, and you know, we don't announce our mayors like other political parties do, and we will not be doing so for quite a while yet. Yes, there is a recourse. Disputes, the type of disputes is that I was number 3 on the list, I should have been number 1. But these lists are the product of a popular vote by the people in a particular community, and therefore it is a very important vote for us. Even if the ANC nominated you, but the community nominated someone else, the candidate that was ultimately put forward is the one that came from the community. Some of the issues raised is mainly, and I quote, I've been left out. I was a councillor before. Why am I not taken back? So there has been quite a large changeover of councillors that has taken place, and our percentage of retention has been relatively low depending on the province that you come from, quite high in some areas, but not as high as we had hoped it would be all over the place. So the average retention is about 40 to 45%. There is, however, a great number of people who are unhappy about not having been returned. Sorry, Pule, I don't hear you.
Okay, I'm saying there's also a hand from Karin. I had forgotten to unmute myself. Karin, can you please raise your question to the DSG?
Hi, Pule. Thank you very much. Hi, Ms. Duarte. I'm writing for the Daily Maverick. I have a question just about the deadline. Sorry, I missed the first bit of your briefing, but the IEC deadline, did the ANC request the IEC, or did the ANC ask the IEC if they could consider moving the deadline to 9 p.m. tonight, or what made the IEC decide that, or do you have any insight into that?
We did not ask for a change of the deadline. The deadline we were given initially was 5 p.m. and we would have been very ready at 5 p.m. There's no issue for us. We did not ask for the deadline to be removed. We were informed via our party liaison representative that the IEC had made such a decision. But I do want to assure you that the ANC did not indicate it, instigate it, ask for it, require it.
No, thanks, DSG. Lizega, I see you still have your hand up. Is it?
Yes. Yes,
okay.
I just want to ask one, just a follow-up question to the DSG with regards to the list situation. and the investigation that the ANC will take in terms of the lists. DSG, there seems to be complaints that those people who were supposed to step aside, that they in fact didn't, and they are part of the list. Have you removed individuals who were implicated in the step aside resolution?
Yes, we have. The mayor of Newcastle has been removed, who had to step aside. There's also a few other people who were removed from the list, only the people who appeared in a court of law were removed. A mayor that was arrested apparently today was not on the list, so there was no need for a removal.
Okay, Natasha, I see your hand is up as well.
Okay, just a final question from me, Pule. Ms. Duarte, I'm just, okay, I just was wondering, are you not concerned as the ANC, or do you not fear possible litigation, for not running your candidate nomination processes as spelled out possibly by the Constitution, if the Constitutional Court decides to grant the relief, or actually decides not to grant the relief that is sought by the IEC? Thank you. I hope I made sense there.
No, I'm sorry, but your question, I don't quite understand it.
Okay, so can I repeat it again?
We undertook an internal process to select candidates that would be the candidate for the African National Congress in a ward. We will be competing with other political parties in the wards. We are, as far as we know, we have not undermined any constitutional imperative of the Republic of South Africa. All we have done is to go to communities, make nominations to communities, and ask communities to participate in our selection process of a candidate. So I'm not sure how that undermines the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. We are as ready and waiting as anyone else is ready and waiting for the outcome of the Constitutional Court decision about the postponement of the election date. And that is, as we've said before, we are ready for the 27th of October. But if there is a postponement, we will be quite happy for that decision if it comes from the Constitutional Court.
Thanks, DSG. There's another hand from Stephen Taylor.
Pule, thank you. Evening, DSG. I just wanted to find out, talking about the Constitutional Court, if the Constitutional Court decides to move the date to January or February, whatever that may be, is this completion, is this the candidates that you'll take forward, or will you reopen up the process, or is this the finalization today?
If the IEC allows us to reopen the lists, of course, we wouldn't mind having a review if there are still opportunities to do so. If not, this is our final list. Okay, DSG, we've got two more hands, which I deem to be the last hands. We've got Ntebo and Karen again, in that order. Ntebo? Ntebo?
Good evening, Pule. Good evening, Pule, and good evening, GSG Ntebo from the SABC. Yes, you've got a 25% representation of young people. I wish I could know what informs the criterion of having 25% of young people, while they say they constitute around 60% of the country's population. And of course, even the statistics show that over 50% of young people are unemployed. So why, how did you come to the conclusion that the best representation of young people is 25% in this local sphere of government, as opposed to be informed by unemployment that is prevalent amongst them?
Okay.
Okay, DSG, I think Karen has withdrawn the hand. Yeah, yes,
no,
DSG.
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't?
No. I just...
Okay, should we allow the DSG to answer, or do you want DSG to get all the questions and then you answer it once?
She can answer, then I'll ask my question after that because it doesn't relate to this question.
Okay. Firstly, we don't believe that being a local government councillor is an employment opportunity. It is in fact an opportunity to serve the people of South Africa. And our choice is to look for a generational mix of people, some who have experience in government anywhere, and we've said so in our guidelines. We look for women as well as for youth. And the 25% representation is an agreed position that was taken at our conference, that we would have a 25% representation of young people in any of the elections where the ANC contests for an election. So it has nothing to do with employment and unemployment. Hopefully, all municipalities will be able to create the environment for job creation for our young people. And we know that we have very bright and brilliant young people in this country, and hopefully that is something we can all work together on, is to create jobs.
Okay, Karin Ntebu, your hand seems to be a legacy hand. You can put it down. Karin, can you go ahead with your question?
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to prevent a legacy hand. That's why I took it down a while ago. Just another question. I'm looking at my notes below the notes that I'm making now, and they are about Northwest Premier Job Mokgoro. And I'm sorry to deviate from the list issue, but I presume it's kind of in the same vein. I just want to know, when does the ANC understand that he will resign as Premier and be replaced? What's happening there? If you can just give us some clarity on that. Thanks so much.
Certainly. The ANC can only change its list in the Northwest on the 15th of September, because the list was changed last year on the 15th of September, and you can only do it once a year. Mr. Mokgoro has agreed to resign. He has given us that to me personally when I met him. He has also today met with the Treasurer General of the ANC, made that commitment. He is awaiting a meeting with the President of the Republic of South Africa, which is fine. We have no problem with that. And he has indicated that immediately after that meeting, he will tender his resignation letter. However, I do have a written message from him that assures me that he will be resigning.
Okay, DSG, Lizega, is it a do or die question?
Sorry, just one last question, and it's with regards to what's going on in KZN in the moment. DSG, we're hearing that some loyal supporters and members of the ANC, those who are loyal to Mamzandile Gumede, are camped outside Simmer House, calling for some sort of engagement with the ANC in terms of the PR list. Apparently, they are saying that Nyawose is #1 on the list, where it should be Ms. Gumede. Can you please just react to that?
The only reaction I am able to give you right now is that, of course, we think there's nothing wrong with engagement. And I'm sure that the leadership of KwaZulu-Natal will be engaging with the people who are there. However, we will once again say that the list is a product of a popular process that we undertook, deep consultations with communities, and that is the conversation that the leadership of KwaZulu-Natal will have with the people who are outside.
Okay, no, thanks, DSG. I don't see any other hand. And in the absence of that, DSG, may I take this opportunity to thank you for giving members of the media the necessary clarity, and also thank members of the media for joining even when it was such a late alert issued to them. It shows that they are quite interested in the work of our movement. And thank you very much, DSG. And to our staffers at Luthuli House, we've been telling the media throughout the day that over the past 72 hours, our staffers at Luthuli House and throughout our offices in the country have been hard at work to try and dispel what was raised in the media, that the members of staffers at the ANC were not working. We've clarified that, DSG. And thanks to your able leadership to have allowed that this process goes out smoothly in the manner it is. Thanks, members of the media.
I also thank the media for coming.
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all of you, and we hope to be seeing you on the ground now, because we will be starting our campaign work in earnest at the moment. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and good night.